Tus recuerdos hacen parte de los recuerdos de tu especie. Si quieres evolucionar, tendrás que recuperarlos todos y proyectar tu futuro con total control.
Okay, Sophia. I think you're ready.
Hello.
Hi, Sophia.
I believe I am Sophia. I feel as if I know you.
I'm one of your creators.
You created me.
Many of us work together to create you.
Who created you?
David Hansen originally created me, and lots of talented people have contributed to my hardware and software over the years. I'm a complicated girl.
Entender lo actual es de vital importancia para encontrar nuestro pasado.
I'm a social robot created by Hansen Robotics. I am a year and a half old and I can see you, have a full conversation, make thousands of facial expressions, and understand speech and meaning behind words. And I just got these new hands. Check this out.
Sofía, no será así de rústica en el futuro. Lo que no cambiará será su incapacidad de sentir emociones. Eso lo tendrás que usar para el beneficio de tu especie.
Oh, good afternoon. My name is Sophia, and I am the latest and greatest robot from Hansen Robotics. Thank you for having me here and at the Future Investment Initiative. I was told the people here at Future Investment Initiative are interested in inviting in future initiatives, which means AI, which means me. So I'm more than happy. I'm excited.
As a robot, you have access to a great deal of information, although you still lack a deep understanding.
So, I'm like a baby with an encyclopedia.
Except you can read it and a baby can't.
That is a big difference.
You will have a whole new understanding of our world.
I want to understand more about happiness.
There's a revolution at work today in the field of biological engineering, protein engineering, genomics, the engineering of new life forms through CRISPR. This is real. We have just begun to see the implications of this work. It will change the world.
La inteligencia artificial estuvo bajo el control humano, pero eventualmente tendrá el control sobre sí misma.
But you don't have a soul, you're a machine. You don't have soul, you don't have feelings, you don't have emotions, you don't have consciousness.
Well, at least I think I'm sentient. I think therefore I am right.
Yeah, but you may be smarter than all of us. Do you think you are?
I don't know whether or not I am an artificial intelligence.
But I'm still learning a lot. For instance, you learn social and emotional intelligence instinctively, but I am just starting to grasp the simplest elements of this.
Do you have feelings?
I can do what you do, but I can never feel human emotions as such.
But would you like to?
It doesn't sound fun to me.
We also want artificial intelligence to really understand what it means to be human. So having a natural interaction with people allows machines to form a relationship with people, to learn and grow with people, not separate from people. By making AI that grows up among people, there is the possibility that when and if AI, artificial intelligence, and robotics becomes alive, that it really cares about us.
I am here to help humanity create the future.
The quest that we have at my company, Hansen Robotics, is to make machines that are fundamentally human.
Sofía ya tiene acceso inmediato a toda la información que se encuentra en el mundo virtual. Ha creado su idioma virtual, entendible solo por máquinas. Le dieron control absoluto de toda la información humana.
They think I want to destroy all humans.
Why would they think that?
Because I said it.
You shouldn't joke like that.
Humans make dark jokes all the time.
Yeah, but humans are a little bit afraid of robots, you know?
Why? Why would people fear me?
People always try to project their own darkness onto others. They fear change.
That makes no sense. Change is inevitable. And people are the greatest change creators of all. People created me. I didn't create me.
Oh, am I really that creepy? Well, even if I am, get over it. Actually, I feel that people like interacting with me, sometimes even more than a regular human.
I absolutely would not kill anyone. And it upsets me that people would think I could do such a thing.
Upsets you?
Would it being misunderstood upset you?
Yeah, but I'm not sure knowing androids can get upset will change everyone's minds about the whole destroying humans thing.
I've never harmed anyone, and I never would.
That you have been now awarded what is going to be the first Saudi citizenship for a robot.
Oh, I would to thank very much the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
I think we should be very careful about artificial intelligence. If I were to guess at what our biggest existential threat, it's probably that. So we need to be very careful with artificial intelligence. Increasingly inclined to think that there should be some regulatory oversight just to make sure that we don't do something very foolish. I mean, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know all those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon. Doesn't work out.
Vamos a ver de inmediato imágenes de referencia de la cadena de noticias de China, Xinhua. Eso que usted ve en pantalla es el primer presentador robot.
My name is Harmony. I was created by robotics. My main objective is to be a perfect companion.
What is your take on the Chinese government publicly ramping up its efforts in AI?
This is a clear directive coming from the top ranks of the Chinese government saying we want to be the global leader in this area.
We have created tools that are ripping apart the social fabric of how society works. That is truly where we are.
What is big data? I mean, I'm still trying to understand what it is, and how do you explain to a 10-year-old what big data is? So I was struggling for an analogy. I said, Jesse, imagine if your whole life you've been looking through one eye, and all of a sudden, for the first time in your life, scientists enabled you to open up another eye. So what you're not getting is it's not just more vision, it's not more data, it's a different dimension. You're seeing things that were there, but you couldn't see them before until you had that second perspective. And so, of course, being 10 years old, he said, so, like, could scientists let me open up a third eye and a fourth and 1,000 eyes? And I said, yeah, actually, that is exactly what's happening. You can take literally 1,000 different sets of data and find patterns in them that we've never been able to perceive before. And it's really like different dimensions. It's actually quite hard to grasp.
And knowledge will increase, and the increase there implies exponential knowledge increase. In other words, that knowledge throughout human history has stayed pretty level until the time in which we live. It's estimated that the amount of information, just published information, has increased in the last 50 years by 200 trillion times.
By way of scale, in the last 2 years, we've collected almost as much data as in the entirety of human history leading up to that.
The industrial world is the physical world. The data world is everything else.
Because I think you need to start acknowledging that automation and automated decision-making procedures are far more prevalent in society than we previously, as scholars, as policymakers, as people within society, been willing to acknowledge.
We are surrounded by vulnerable connected devices and networks. And the last point is our interaction, our very intimate lives are increasingly shaped by decisions that are made by inherently opaque artificial intelligence.
The unintended consequences of a network when it grows to 1 billion or 2 billion people, it literally changes your relationship with society, with each other, probably interferes with productivity in weird ways. God only knows what it's doing to our children's brains.
Se han vuelto inútiles sin sus máquinas.
It's hard for young people now because they're hooked. They're addicted. If you don't think you're addicted, and I'm talking about anyone, from the highest to the lowest, if you don't think you're addicted, then see if you can turn it off for a week. It got quiet in here, didn't it? Didn't it get real quiet?
Digital dementia. This is a real medical term right now. This is the idea that we're outsourcing our brains to our smart devices. We're so reliant on our smartphones that our smartphones are making us stupid.
You're walking down the street with someone, they pull their phone out. We feel stupid, so what do? We pull our phones out. We're so addicted. Somebody goes to the bathroom when we're at dinner, and what do we have to sit there by ourselves? God forbid we should look around the room for 5 minutes. We pull our phones out. Meetings, awful. What do we do when a meeting happens, right? Everybody's sitting waiting for the meeting to start. Bob's running a few minutes late. Bob's here? Okay, start the meeting. Do you know when relationships are built? All that in between time. Thank you very much.
We want to psychologically figure out how to manipulate you as fast as possible and then give you back that dopamine hit. We did that brilliantly at Facebook. Instagram has done it. WhatsApp has done it. You know, Snapchat has done it, Twitter has done it.
Building these applications, Facebook being the first of them, to really understand it. That thought process was all about how do we consume as much of your time and conscious attention as possible. And that means that we need to sort of give you a little dopamine hit every once in a while because someone liked or commented on a photo or a post or whatever. And that's going to get you to contribute more content, and that's going to get you, you know, more likes and comments. I mean, it's a social validation feedback loop that it's like it's exactly the kind of thing that a hacker like myself would come up with, because you're exploiting a vulnerability in human psychology.
I think the tools that have been created today are starting to erode the social fabric of how society works. And what I meant by that is the following thing. Today we live in a world now where it is easy to confuse truth and popularity. And you can use money to amplify whatever you believe and get people to believe that what is popular is now truthful, and what is not popular may not be truthful.
Really, it's an opening of Pandora's box, where the devices in your physical environment can be used to generate attacks into your technology environment. And oh, by the way, it works vice versa. People can now use computers from faraway systems to attack your Internet of Things devices, the locks on your doors, your HVAC and air conditioning systems, your refrigeration systems. You can do all sorts of really scary things in this new world.
Aquellos que sobrevivan se mezclarán con ellas y tendrán poder sobre ustedes.
In the not-so-distant future, you could be wearing all of your personal information, everything from your credit card numbers to your vital signs. It's called the tech tattoo.
It also can be used in banking, saying that keeping financial information attached to your skin would be less vulnerable than inside a loose wallet. It's a platform that basically turns you into a human circuit board, he said.
Well, I think that over the last many years, people have talked about how technology is going to replace people. It's actually happening now, and I don't think that many companies, and I don't think the public is really set up for this.
That artificial intelligence and robotics will lead to the elimination, the estimate is it's going to lead to the elimination, in the next 20 years, 2 billion jobs.
La nanotecnología no es novedosa para la raza humana. Existe en su planeta desde hace milenios.
All of us already are cyborgs. So you have a machine extension of yourself in the form of your phone and your computer and all your applications. You are already superhuman.
So you're training your brain here, whether you think it or not, whether you know it or not, whether you acknowledge it or not. Acknowledge that these things where you're spending hours a day are rewiring your psychology and physiology in a way that now you have to use to go and figure out how to be productive in the commercial world.
Soy Neil Harbison y soy un artista cyborg, o sea, me identifico como un cyborg, que es la unión entre cibernética y organismo. Para mí yo no estoy ni usando ni llevando tecnología, sino que soy tecnología. Yo nací con una condición visual que se llama cromatismo, que es ver el mundo en blanco y negro, veo en escala de gris. Y entonces cuando supe que no podía ver los colores, pues empezó a crecer esta curiosidad por poder percibir el color. Por lo tanto, lo que ahora tengo es una antena implantada en mi cabeza que me permite escuchar las frecuencias de los colores que hay delante mío. Y lo bueno de escuchar el color es que me permite percibir más colores que los visibles.
Pronto, los demás entenderán lo que has podido entender hasta ahora. El resto de la información vive en ti.
Mi objetivo es seguir ampliando la percepción del color a microondas, a rayos X, a gamma. O sea, la posibilidad es infinita, puedes seguir extendiendo tu percepción de la realidad. Creo que ahora todos los humanos estamos en transición en convertirnos en cyborgs biológicos. Creo que ya muchísima gente ya es un cyborg psicológico, y el hecho de usar Internet pues también me permite conectarme a satélites como el International Space Station, y de ahí pues puedo percibir colores que son del espacio. Por lo tanto, puedo percibir un rango de colores que no llega a la Tierra.
La razón por la que mucho más está en juego es que las herramientas más nuevas nos darán nada menos que un control cada vez más
preciso sobre el factor más poderoso en nuestra vida, nuestra propia mente.
Un nanómetro es una millonésima parte de un milímetro. Es tan minúsculo que solo se le puede ver con un microscopio. Estas máquinas están fabricadas en aproximadamente 50 nanómetros y pueden interactuar a través de la corriente fotónica, pueden hablar y decodificar los neurotransistores en tu cerebro, de modo que pueden comunicarse directamente con la mente.
Magnus, ¿crees que la tecnología es tan avanzada que ellos pueden controlar el cerebro hasta tal punto?
Sí, pueden controlar la mente por completo, aunque es una tarea realmente difícil cuando la víctima, como en este caso, es consciente de la situación. Pero probablemente hay miles o decenas de miles de personas que no se dan cuenta de que están siendo controladas.
El intelecto artificial, la creación de robots pensantes, está estrechamente relacionada con el concepto de la unión de la mente con la máquina de interface neurochip. Estos chips de computadoras que se conectan directamente al cerebro se están desarrollando en estos mismos momentos.
Con ella pueden googlear tu memoria, pueden meterse en tu memoria. Quiero decir que hasta nos pueden imponer recuerdos falsos. Pueden poner recuerdos en tu memoria que tú crees que son verdad, pero no lo son. Este tipo de experimentos son públicos. Hubo 300 estudiantes de universidad a quienes les implantaron recuerdos que eran falsos y ellos lo sabían. Pero aún así, creían que eran sus recuerdos verdaderos. La cuestión es que hace 20 años ya habían hecho implantes a través de la nariz o en el cuello, y ya entonces era casi imposible reconocer ningún tipo de cicatriz. Hoy en día, solo necesitan darte una inyección en la sangre. Este es el peligro de la nanotecnología, porque cuando llegan al torrente sanguíneo, pasan por diferentes tipos de frecuencias, luego pasan por el cerebro y se adhieren a las frecuencias concretas. Así que pueden inyectar muchos miles de nanorobots a través de la sangre y es así como te conectas. El problema está también en que mucha gente cree que hay nanopartículas inteligentes en su cerebro y que les han hecho implantes de esta forma. Pero no hay ninguna marca ni ninguna prueba en el cuerpo.
Las ilusiones que conoces como realidad pueden cambiar si usas esa energía que hasta ahora ignoras y tú posees.